What's up, guys? Welcome back. I say welcome back because last time we tried to stream, audio got fucked up. So welcome back to the unofficial, official first.
Cheers to that, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
So I don't really want to kind of go over the same stuff we talked about, just because I feel like our conversation won't be as into it as it was before. So we can kind of brush over it, but I don't want to stay on it.
We can do a little summary here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you lead the way.
Well, I mean, to open it up, you're lucky I'm not rocking my Stroud jersey. The boys down in Houston are cooking something crazy up.
Yep. They've had one of the better off seasons.
Are we saying one of the better? We're talking about Stephon Diggs here. We're talking about Azeez Al-Shaair. We're talking about several pieces in the offense. I mean, Danielle Hunter. Can't forget Danielle Hunter. That's an insane. The thing is, we lost a solid defensive end. So, we literally just went on a 1-for-1 for Danielle Hunter. But, I mean, if the boy 9-9, if J.J. Watt, which he went on record today, says he loves it, he loves the pickup, you can't argue it. You can't argue it, dude.
See, I would say biggest or best, but the fact that Stephon Diggs is your best acquisition, or the biggest one, I guess, at least star power. And we found out after we were done streaming the next day that it's probably only a 1-year rental.
Right.
He wanted to go to the Chiefs, but the Bills are petty. And said
hey, we do not know. That's not confirmed.
Chiefs.
That's not confirmed that he wanted to go to Kansas City. That's saying that the Chiefs were like, fuck that.
I don't know.
That's cool though. That's very interesting that the Chiefs.
I mean, it's just
dude, like that. The Bills not allowing that to be the destination is pretty wild. Like, who knows? Maybe he would have ended up.
I don't know. It's a cool rivalry thing because obviously outside of division rivalries are always fun.
Yeah.
And especially when it's a good team that you'll see like a few times every other postseason or something like that, you know.
Yep.
And we've got the upper hand on them. They beat us a lot in the regular season, which I've kind of come to not care too much about those. You know, they suck for like a week or two. You're kind of pissed off about it, but come playoff time, Reed, Mahomes, and Kelsey. I mean, that's when they really play their game, and most times at home.
It's insane. So. It's insane how these guys like turned it up for the playoffs, and it's like, I mean, you have to give them credit, man. It really is like it's a veteran move almost. I know you don't. The team itself, there was a lot of really, tough losses the Chiefs took last year. They weren't getting blown out, but for them to be able to turn it on come playoff time, come one and done games is key, dude. It's super key. I mean, another like in the NBA, the Miami Heat are kind of that same. They have that same recipe. Not they're winning championships or anything, but the Miami Heat always seem to turn up as soon as the playoffs come around.
Specifically Jimmy Butler, more specifically.
100%,
that guy.
100%. Jimmy Bucket starts to cook, and that's what Patty Mahomes does, man. He it's insane how much he elevates the rest of the ball club, which is, I mean, it's your quarterback, right? But the amount that they struggled this year prior to the playoffs in the regular season, and then once the playoffs came, no matter how much doubt, no matter how much hate throughout the season, no matter how much negativity came under that team, they can always rally. They always rally. And it hurts. It hurts me. It hurts deep, man. It cuts deep because of that playoff game against Houston when Deshaun Watson and the boys were cooking, and they had
cooking.
Yeah, they had a 20-some-odd lead, and it's that iconic moment, dude. That iconic moment of Patty Mahomes saying, "We're good. We're all right. We're good."
Yep. He's always
figure this out.
Level-headed, And even all season, every sports show, even fans are calling for the receivers' heads. And Mahomes, every press meeting, he's saying, I got to be better. This and that. Like, he's saying his passes weren't the best. So just the leader. He's he's literally the new age Brady because he takes pay cuts. He doesn't really have meltdowns.
What's the honest pay cut here?
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, dude,
what are we talking as far as the pay cut here?
In relative relation, because
I know what you mean. Taking a pay cut,
restructuring contracts, more or less.
Yeah, to get the key guys back on the squad.
Because he's 3-time Super Bowl champion already. He should be no doubt the highest paid. Every time a quarterback gets a higher payday, he should get one the next day, like over that. But I mean, he restructures his contract, and
until CJ Stroud cooks up and gets the boys on board. Hey,
listen. The Chiefs aren't going to win it every year. They're not going to win it every year. So I mean, for your sake, as a friend, I hope you get one, maybe.
Thank you. But that would be all I need. I could croak the day after.
I don't know.
Go the day after.
No. We need you here.
Right there.
We need you here, pal.
I'll be here, baby, and you'll hear about it on the pod right here. You'll hear about it when the boys bring one back.
Dude,
you will hear about it, and I'm telling you, I'll go on record, and I'll tell you, this is the start. This is the beginning. It's the beginning of what could potentially be. No, I'm not even gonna say what could potentially. I have the utmost confidence that the management, the skill that we have throughout, the locker room, the decisions they've made as far as free agency and the draft picks, the Houston Texans will win a Super Bowl within the next 3 years. The next 3 years.
Here's a question. So do you think the Texans will win one before the Bengals? Because I feel like they're kind of the same team in some ways, where really good talent, good quarterback, just need to do it. Joe Burrow, he's already been there, but he's kind of injury prone. It seems like.
I'll be honest.
His only season that he's played a full season was the Super Bowl run, right?
100%.
So
100%. Injury early on.
Yeah.
Great season when they lost the chip to the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
And the season after, you saw a lot of the same. So Joe Burrow's a huge question mark, man. His skill is not.
Yeah.
That is. There's no question when it comes to
what
he brings to the table as far as the quarterback position. It is questionable as far as his health. And I will say yes to that question, that I do believe that the Houston Texans will win a Super Bowl before the Cincinnati Bengals can, because of the fact that his health comes into question pretty much. I mean, what is it, like over 60, almost 70% of the time now?
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't made it through a full season, so I have confidence in the boys. There's bias there. I can't deny it. There's bias. I'm diehard, but the acquisitions speak for themselves, man. The management making the choices that they have, bringing in the talent that they have. I think everybody looks at the Houston Texans like they are going to be the team, right? But I do hope that they keep that underdog mentality, because that is what won ball games. That is what CJ Stroud brought to the team. He said, we're not going to be that. He said, I want to bring something to Houston that Houston can be proud of. And that is exactly what that dude did. It gives me the chills, dude. I don't even have hair on my arms, and I have chills right now.
When you say underdog mentality, it reminds me of the Lions, too, because the Lions, not necessarily last year because they had expectations, but the year prior, no one really, they thought they were the same old Lions. And then they were Seattle losing away from being in the playoffs.
100%.
And, I mean, they were a good team. And then you see them this season, they come out, win two playoff games, right? Or one?
No, they won one. I believe they lost in the divisional. No, didn't they lose in the divisional round? They beat Oh, I'm having a brain fart here. Who
They
did
might have
they
lost.
beat in the
I think they
divisional?
lost in the divisional round because I thought
Or
for a
the
second
wild
it
card,
was going to
excuse me.
be Green Bay versus the Lions in the championship. But then I know
They
Green Bay
both
lost.
took an L.
Who did the Niners play? I forget.
Ooh, as far as their playoff run,
The Niners played the Lions, dude.
Okay, so they beat them in the divisional. That's what that had to have been.
No. I'm gonna look it up. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure the Lions made it to the NFC Championship. I could be wrong. I could look stupid, but I'm pretty positive
But I'll be honest, man. That is, I do. I can't appreciate the Lions story. The Lions story is a lot like Houston. They were dumpster fire.
Dude.
The two worst franchises in the NFL. Minus, Cleveland's hanging in that balance too. But dude, Detroit, Houston, dumpster fire. Pat McAfee said it. Pat McAfee said it best, and I appreciate the shit out of that because he's a division rival.
Mm-hmm.
And that guy said, watch out. Houston's doing all the right things, coming off a 10-win season, coming off 2 rookies winning the respective awards this year.
Yeah.
Potentially, I mean, had CJ not had a little bit of a lapse, man, that guy was in the MVP running before that 3-interception game.
Yeah.
Against the Cardinals, I believe. Which rightfully so, man. Come on. You got a rookie QB, dude. You got a rookie QB making those type of mistakes, maybe 7-8 games.
Was that when did Kyler play that game, or was he still injured?
No, Kyler was good, man. Kyler was good, and he threw the game, I want to say, losing interception. Houston picked him off late and squeaked that win out, dude. That was a great matchup. I actually was excited to see Kyler back, especially against Houston's defense. Kyler's a stud, or let's say he was a stud starting off. He's had a lot of injuries too. Speaking of those injuries and
his
stuff
weird
like that.
Contract stuff that came out,
and they're having a tough time with their coaching. They just fired Kingsbury. There's a lot of weird.
They're trying to figure it out.
Stuff going on. 100%. And they had brought in everybody. I think right now, maybe not everybody, but I do believe that the picture perfect scenario is what the Rams did. What was it, like 2-3 years ago? In that Super Bowl run, they sold out. They sold out everything. Kitchen friggin' sink, man. And I think the Houston Texans are doing a lot of that, man. Especially with what you said, referencing Stephon Diggs' contract. They'd only be, them, whatever those dead years will be at the end of I think it was like a 4-year that they bought. Whatever the math is on that. Everybody knows that, Stephon Diggs more than likely will only be in Houston for the year. But I think
you guys have a good
Stephon Diggs. I think Stephon Diggs he's missing one of these, man. And why not get one in Houston? Why not?
He's getting up there in age too. Well, football age. So he's gonna have to. He can't keep jumping teams and hope to win one. So he has to do it.
Yeah, you're 100% right, man. I really did do Houston and Kansas City play this year?
Yeah.
Regular season?
Yeah.
That's got to be in KC, right?
I had the thing. I forget.
I would have seen that on the record. On what they dropped for the home games. I think Houston plays Buffalo this year, which will be, oh man, that's probably got to be a must go now. Now that Stephon Diggs happened, I would love to see
Stephon Buffalo.
Diggs. Oh, in Houston too, man. In Houston.
Yeah. My phone just died.
Sorry.
I know they play the Texans. I think it's at home because I asked my friend that I go to the games with which game he wanted to go to, and he said Texans, and I was like, dude, fucking third time. Like
you've seen Kansas City and Houston 3 times? Or 2 times?
Well, I've seen him 3 times. Me and him have seen him twice.
That had to be in the KCW every time. I don't think Houston's ever.
We lost one. The one I went to by myself without him. It's the one where he just threw it up to Tyreek, and Tyreek caught it on the 5. Some crazy stupid catch. Tyreek jumped up high as fuck, got crazy high bounce, and caught it over 2 defenders. But we lost that game. So.
Really? What?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. I can't remember the last time we beat Kansas City, man.
I'll go back and look at the year.
I know 2 years ago when we were in the middle of the dumpster fire, we gave you guys a game. I remember that. 2 years
Dude.
ago. Dallas too. Gave Dallas game. Had no business doing that. That was I think the Lovie Smith year, the year before this year before last 2 years ago.
Well,
I
dude,
believe that was it.
Mahomes gave away himself gave away at least. He gave away one game for sure. That was against the Raiders. He threw 2 picks. One of them was a pick six, and then he hit that flu game against the Broncos this season. Which I don't know if you can really put that all on him. He didn't
that
play
wasn't, dude. That was only a tough loss because of the outside noise, because of the fact that everybody was saying how long it had been. What was that, dude? What was that streak?
It was 16, how many years? It was 16 games.
Dude, that's 8 years. That's a division rival.
It was ever since Peyton Manning retired, they hadn't beat him.
Dude, oh man. Yeah. Hey, dude, that run says something all by itself, man.
Dude.
That's a team you play twice a year, dude.
Yep.
That knows you the best. There's only 2 other teams that know you as good as that team.
And
Kansas City was dominating them. That's
like holding their head, and they're just throwing punches, just holding their head.
You know they're going to show
one of these.
You know they're going to show that graphic every time they play Denver. Both times they play Denver this year, they're going to be like, look at this. Look at the statistics. 9-1.
And that was
9-1.
I think that game was also Mahomes' first road divisional road loss. He'd been undefeated on the road before that.
And what did they do? What did they do at the end of that season? Take it home.
Exactly. That's what's going to be tough for me, because it doesn't matter what happens in the regular season. So I'll be like, first of all, we got rid of Tyreek Hill, won it. So that was our rebuild year. And then last season was our worst year, aka I guess they were calling it just the down year. And they won it again back to back. So the 2 worst years that people were saying for the Chiefs, they won it both times. And now they're eyeing down the first ever three-peat.
It's absolutely insane. And the drive that Kansas City has as a team, starting with Kelsey and Mahomes, with the first thing they said, we're not done.
Yeah.
That to me says it all, man. It says it all. Those guys they're for it, dude. They're for it. It starts with Andy Reid. It trickles down throughout, and these guys are. I mean, I would love to see a three-peat, man. I wouldn't.
Just for history purposes.
As a fan, as a fan, I have nothing against Kansas City, except for when the boys are playing them down in Houston. That's about it. That's about the only time I can root against those guys over there in Kansas City, because for the sake of history, the same thing I said when good old TB12, the GOAT, was doing his thing.
Just appreciate.
I hated the Patriots because they would beat the dog shit out of Houston every single time.
Dude, same with us.
And Brady got to appreciate the greatness, man. You have to appreciate the greatness. That guy went over to Tampa Bay and he did the same thing. It's unquestionable.
I mean, that ring was kind of like how the Rams did it. They
went all in.
Gronk came back for Brady. They got Antonio Brown. They went and got Leonard Fournette. They just stacked that team.
That was when Devin White was still doing his thing there. I think
they had their defense.
Antoine Winfield was a rookie, I believe, that year. He won that one.
Shaquille Barrett, right?
Shaq Barrett. Oh man.
Yeah. So that was an insanely stacked team, and then it didn't help that Mahomes' O-line was like people off the street pretty much. It was like 4th and 3rd string linemen. And
I know, although it was a Super Bowl, but
that would have been our first back-to-back too. That would have been so nice. But
he was. I want to say he was coming off that insane year. That was it. 50 touchdown year. Was it? No, that was back.
No, that was 19 when he lost to the Patriots.
Right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Because that was his rookie. That was his rookie season.
Yeah, that Super Bowl was tough to watch. It was a lot like Denver's against Carolina. They just got after the offense. The defense dominated, and I mean, like they say, man, age old saying, defense wins.
Then you know who's great because they bounce back. They don't go like Cam Newton. And
absolutely.
It's crazy seeing that clip come back because
A lot
watching it
like
back then.
a lot like my boys here. A lot like my boys here
Who are those
in the
old guys?
in the 13 to 14.
Those three would be better on your team right now than what you've got.
There's some weight here. I don't know if you can see that gold down there. I don't know. I'll keep picking it up if you are you missing it. They call him the Big Three, pal. Look him
Give
up.
it a minute. Give it a minute, pal. OKC this season.
Hey,
I feel like it's our season. We have a good chance.
yeah, you guys are doing good. Enjoy it now. You know who's in town. You know who's in town. The freak.
The
new freak.
Those stupid shoes. With the stupid shoes.
The shoes are stupid. The shoes are stupid. But
the ankle snapper 2000s.
But you know what's cooking over there. Actually,
dude, Devin Booker's shoes.
They need to make the right moves.
I hate to go on a side rant. Yeah, I hate to go on a side rant, but his shoes, they're not bad, dude. Like they look like Nike Roches in a way.
Oh, okay. So
they look
like real lightweight.
Yeah, like real, just like simple, lightweight. And he has all these cool ass colorways with him, but people fucking hate him because it's not some clunky ass Jordan high top. Like I can't stand, dude. People just hate on it. And every time I see a post about it on like Bleacher Report or something, like I think it looks dope. And
that's crazy. I didn't know the D books were getting all that shade. I had no idea.
Yeah, people just talk shit on it.
I'm sure Wembies are gonna get all kinds of. Yeah, I saw the. What was that? Did you?
Like
you
concept.
Saw
it's a
concept. The
yeah.
concept. Yeah, I think it was like one or two, or maybe two or three different colors that I saw. A white one, maybe like some kind of highlighter color.
Has an orange air bubble.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think it looks as bad as I was joking about, but
I don't know, and I don't care. As long as the boy look. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about why Victor Wembanyama should be bringing not only the Rookie of the Year, which is in the bag. I know Chet was giving him a run for his money initially, but his stats they're overwhelming, man. They're overwhelming.
How those stats have they separated a little bit? I haven't looked at it in a while.
I mean, we should have that. We should have done our homework with that one, but it's in the bag. It's in the bag. They stopped doing odds on the Rookie of the Year. They stopped.
Let me know if this. Am I black right now?
Yeah, you're blacked out.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna look up stats, but
nah, you're good. It's one of those things, man. Where I was looking at I want to say it was ESPN that was posting all the odds for each individual award, and the Rookie of the Year. They literally put, like, you can look it up on Instagram. Odds are
overwhelming.
Odds are no longer there's no race anymore for the Rookie of the Year.
It was the same thing kind of with Ben Simmons, like obviously it'd be cool for my boy on my team to win it, just to say he had the accolade, but he's not a rookie. I don't think the whole second year thing is rookie.
I love to hear you say it.
You know what I mean?
Say it loud.
It's the same thing with Ben Simmons though, when Ben Simmons won it, because that was the year Donovan Mitchell should have won it.
That's a trash rule, and it is
because they've had just because they didn't play. They still had NBA facilities, NBA treatment, NBA training.
100%. And the fact that they didn't stay healthy, now there's a whole nother rule in effect that tells that, like, who was it? Was it Joel Embiid? That's officially out of the race. Like, someone missed so many games that with that new rule. Yeah. With any award, if you don't play a certain amount of games due to rest, you can't win that any type of accolade. Like,
that's good though. I like that.
Me too. Same thing.
I'm fucking sick of people taking games off just for load management.
100%. I'm not an NBA player, but damn it, Anthony Edwards said it best, man. He said it best. He said it best when it came to his perspective on people coming to games, people paying for tickets, people wanting to see
their star players,
their stud. Yeah, man. Yeah, you're an entertainer. You're an athlete.
Game, and I wanted to see LeBron play. I've never seen LeBron play, so I went to a Thunder game, and he sat. It was last year, so they had all the stars. They had him, Melo. They had I can't think of it.
Melo, Russ, AD.
The dude's name that starts with a D. Big dude. He's overseas now. I can't. I'm drawing a blank. Uh,
Starts with his first name with a D or last name?
First name. Dwight Howard.
Oh, Big Dwight. Yeah, he's playing
Yeah.
China now.
So yeah, they had all these people, and I want to see LeBron play, and this motherfucker comes walking out of tunnel in street clothes.
Ooh, that's
This
tough.
is, dude, just play the game. Like,
it's tough.
He's my goat, but play the game, dude.
Yeah, he has been. I've been doing it for 20 years, 20 plus. It is what it is.
He has the privilege to take games off. But
100%.
fuck, dude, like it's
But
like what you said though. People pay the money because they want to see certain players.
Anthony Edwards said that one. I got to give the boy a credit. Dude. I love Anthony Edwards for that. He's an absolute dog. For over there in Minnesota, and he said it best, man. He did.
He's got pretty dope shoes too, though.
He does. Cam rocked them this year for his first year of basketball. Cam had the
football,
81s.
basketball, and baseball.
Yeah. He's back in baseball now.
But yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I'm not gonna forget it.
I'm in a Thunder ticket resale page, and because Wemby didn't play the other night, last night, this dude just gave away tickets for free. Like, that's the kind of thing, though. Like, people don't want to fucking go to a game if they don't want to. If their player's not gonna play, So people just like
100%. And you sure as shit don't want to see the dumpster fire of the San Antonio Spurs without number one on the court. And look, I'm telling you, man, I was born in the city of San Antonio. I saw at a minimum 4 championships. There were 5 early 90s. I saw the other 4 when I grew up. This is what I grew up on. You don't want to miss the Victor Wembanyama show right now, and it makes perfect sense why someone would have given away their tickets. Defensive Player of the Year, the stats. If you were to look at the stats, which I saw on some posts today, about the only reason that Rudy Gobert is even considered for the Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Blocks, right?
Well, no. Wembanyama is literally in position, like his everything as far as blocks, as far as steals, as far as his rating period, which however they rate that, he's 3 times better listed in the rating than Rudy Gobert. But what they're saying is, due to the fact that Rudy Gobert's team record is better, that he basically, it's almost like the MVP conversation.
Yeah.
Or who's the most valuable player to your team. And they're doing that with the Defensive Player of the Year. Well, I didn't know that was such a huge factor because the stats are so overwhelming when it comes to Victor Wembanyama versus Rudy Gobert. It's ridiculous. Any graphic will tell you that Wembanyama is dominating and is the best defensive player, I mean, in the world, right? Like the NBA is the biggest collection of the greatest players.
Outside of MVP, I don't think records should matter because you just go off stats for that. MVP, obviously, you want your team to be successful because that means you impacted the team positively. But as far as defense and offense, just leave that to the stats. Like, if your points scored against you is so low and you have so many blocks and all this, then that should be more than eligible. Even if you're the bottom of the entire league, shitbag Spurs, like, you should still be able to be eligible for that because it's a one-player award. You know what I mean?
100%. 100%.
Offensive player might be a little different, maybe in the middle of the pack, but that will usually translate into team success if you're Offensive Player of the Year. So,
I agree to a certain extent because I understand why they do make the argument of why, if he is a Defensive Player of the Year, the team's record should also reflect at least. But when the stats are so overwhelming, it's insane, man. It's insane. I wish I had the stats pulled up right now. I wish we had some type of side graphic where we could show what Victor Wembanyama versus Rudy Gobert, which is pretty much the only other guy that's in close contention with him.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous, man. And I hope there is some type of insane reason that, Rudy Gobert doesn't take that and Wemby does, man. I don't know. Just for the sake of the boys.
Today saying games with 7+ blocks in one game, and Rudy Gobert had dude, I forget how many. Maybe he had 7, or I don't know. They were very close numbers. But Rudy
Right.
Gobert had played hundreds of games more, and Wemby had already had more than him just in 70 games. So it's
How
crazy.
how crazy is that, man?
It's crazy.
And even if he
But
doesn't win the award itself, I mean, next year is going to be a lock. There's nobody. I mean, it arguably should be. The future is bright. That's
yeah,
what I'll say. The future is bright for him as a player. Hopefully, the franchise, if they make the right moves towards progressing the team and making them a contender again.
yeah. Hopefully he's not kind of like how Dame was, where he's the guy, but he's the only guy essentially.
For years, man.
You'll have
For
players
years.
like McCollum come in, and you'll maybe have one crazy run, but you got to have. I mean, look at every good team has at least 2 to 3 good players, and then like a bench,
Yep,
or
players
depth.
that can complement. Yeah,
Yeah.
players that can complement that stud, and then you have guys off the bench that can do what they're supposed to do. Because realistically, when you're looking at a lot of the guys like Sohan, Trey Jones. Let's see who else. I think Vassell is a legitimate starter and scorer in the NBA. KJ even Keldon Johnson might even be somebody who could potentially come off the bench and be one of those guys that's like, holy crap, this guy's like a 6-man of the year type player. I'm not talking about he should be on somebody's bench. I'm just saying if he was coming off the bench and that was your player that's coming in to relieve the All-Stars for a second or whatever the time frame may be, that's the guy right there. Those are a lot of players that they could potentially make. I don't know what the roster's going to look like. For them to make these big moves, I don't know. I don't know if KJ stays on the team. I don't know if Vassell stays on the team. I don't know if these, Sohan, all these guys they drafted stay on the team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Spurs are ruthless. They will make the moves they need to make. They have shown that in the past, but hopefully they get some guys like the boys here and figure it out again.
When's Pop gonna croak? And by croak, I mean get out of the league, dude. Just go enjoy life.
I have no idea, man.
You know
This
how old
guy
he
is? He's
Top
in
of
his
the dome?
70s. He's in his. I want to say like 72.
He looks way older than 70 something. He looks in his 80s, 90s, dude.
Stop it! Stop it!
He looks so old, dude. And I think it'd be better
GOAT,
at
man.
this point for Wemby's career to get a new coach, I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
Just because, I mean,
Wemby's career, maybe it would have to be. I don't know who would have to come in and coach.
I mean, you want a good one. If you can't just get any coach to benefit his career, you want a good coach, obviously. But I think just
20 plus years
longevity,
Popovich.
You know what I mean? Because Pop isn't going to do it for probably half of Wemby's career. He's not going to do it that
half. I think Pop's got a solid 3 years before he's done coaching.
Exactly, but that's what I'm
not even close to half of Wemby's career. Like Wemby won't even be. Wemby will be just over drinking age when Pop's out of there, man.
I would just hate for for the Spurs to get a couple good pieces around Wemby, and then new coach comes in and he's like, I didn't pick these players, and then kind of blows the whole thing up. So
I can see
you'll see that with some teams sometimes, but yeah, I just think, I mean, obviously he's like the Bill Belichick. Well, I say that, but then he got fired. Like you owe him this much and you'll let him do whatever. But
Billy B. Yeah, I don't know.
But
it's a sensitive topic. Pop is a renowned a renowned legend in the good old city of San Antonio. No, I won't, because he'll be back. I won't cry because
does he have a statue?
Not over yet. I don't think he has a statue. It's several murals.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think any of them have statues. And there's been some absolute legends in San Antonio. My David Robinson, Sean Elliott.
Yeah, I'm looking forward
to Iceman George Gervin.
Like I was telling you, I didn't know that they were this this quick. They're this soon.
Oh yeah. We're like what? Are we? We're like
less than
we're
that
like a
because
couple weeks away or a week away.
like a week because I was gonna go to the Mavericks game this Sunday, and then I can't because I'm broke. But I found out that's actually the last game of the season.
Hey, once the pod takes off, that's all over.
Smash
all over.
the like and subscribe button to help me go to more Thunder games.
Get in the comments. Tell your friends. Tell your friends.
We'll set up a Patreon. You guys can donate it there.
Oh, I like it.
And then that way we can both go to more games and talk about it in detail. It'll help the pod.
Imagine a pod from Kansas City, Houston. Look at that. Imagine a pod from San Antonio, Oklahoma City.
Live.
Just oh wow. It'd be insane.
Can't hear anything.
All right, so I do have one of my notes here.
Let's get to it.
Well, let's. I don't know how deep we can dive into this. I don't know how into the UFC you are.
I can talk a little bit. I don't know as much as I used to.
Well,
but I know a little.
Do you know what's going on this weekend? I want to say the date might be April 13th.
Maybe I don't know as much as I thought.
It's a moment, man. It's a moment, and what it is the third century mark of the UFC.
Third century?
The third century. This is going to be UFC 300.
Oh,
I guess I should say third century in pay-per-view fights.
Okay, you said third century, and I'm like, UFC's been around for 300 years. Hold up.
It might as well have been around for 300 years.
Okay,
they're going to war
300
this Saturday.
Who's fighting?
UFC 300. Who isn't fighting? Who is
Stacked
not
card?
fighting? It is absolutely stacked from beginning to end. Early prelims, everything is an absolute stack, son. And we're talking about. So today, Dana White during the press conferences was this is just to kick it off, man. Was talking about fighter bonuses. I'm curious. Do you know what a fighter's bonus typically is in the UFC when they win fight of the night? When they're awarded fight of the night?
I've seen the numbers before, but I can't even put a number on it right now.
Okay, 50 G's for anybody who didn't know. 50 G's, $50,000 to whoever's awarded fight of the night. I believe multiple fighters have gotten fight of the night. Usually it's a one fight thing. But if there's 2-3 bangers, Dana White, he'll throw out a couple more bones to a few more fighters. It's pretty sick, man, when he does that. So press conferences going on. Jamal Hill, Alex Pereira are going at each other. Gaethje, Max Holloway, talking their trash, doing their thing. It was a solid press conference for UFC 300. Because I mean, dude, like I said, I can't even underestimate the word stack. Doesn't even do justice.
I did see something about Pereira talking about the fight, saying he came from poverty and if the chance for a second title fight is.
Who was that?
Pereira.
Oh, that's no.
Pereira.
Oh, I forgot.
First name's Alex, all right? I'm not going to roll my R's for him.
Poatan. Just call him Poatan.
No.
Don't say it. No. That sounds like that. What is that? Seltzer? Perrier? Okay, so you saw a little bit of the smack talk, dude. It's absolutely loaded. So, in conversation with Dana White and these guys, giving him their questions on the UFC 300 live conference or whatever, they were throwing around, and a question that came up was, Dana, would you ever increase the fighters' bonuses for fight of the night? Right? Like, are we looking at are we looking at 50,000 for the rest of the time the UFC is a thing, or what are we talking about here? And so it gets kind of out of control, man. If you watch the video, that he says the $50,000 thing, and then he's like, maybe there should be more. And Dana's like, what are you talking about here? 100,000 people start. The fighters, like Gaethje, all these guys throwing out like, yeah, $100,000. Someone's like 300,000. 300,000.
Do you agree?
And Dana White says, done. 300 G's to the fight of the night.
Dude.
Now look.
These guys are gonna...
I don't think there's gonna be multiple fight bonuses. But I think the one fight of the night, dude, is, oh man, he just lit a fire under everybody's ass.
Dude, these guys are gonna be just going out there swinging. Like, I mean, obviously not, but I mean, they're gonna be, dude. Probably Gaethje might go out there and just
and if I'm being honest, dude, I think this fight, Gaethje and Max Holloway. And I don't know if you, like I said, it's the BMF belt that's on the line. Gaethje took that from Poirier in the last one.
And
knocked
Holloway
Poirier
both
out.
just swing.
Yes, bro. Yes, 100%. And Holloway, I want to say even before the $300,000 bonus came up, Max Holloway said, expect violence. Yeah. He said, expect a violent fight from the two of us. I don't think anybody would expect anything less, man. But, dude, $300,000 on the line. We're going to see some absolute insanity up and down that card, man.
I'm glad you're right. I didn't know about that. I didn't know, let alone it was 300. I didn't know that there was going to be a big bonus. And I didn't know that Max Holloway was fighting Gaethje. I like Gaethje because Gaethje is a dog and so is Holloway, though. They're both dogs and they both go out there and just throw punches, especially when you hear that clack at the end of the round. They just go in there and start swinging, dude.
Those beautiful last 10 seconds that these guys go to town.
I didn't know.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to definitely watch that. I'll probably go to my local B-dubs.
I miss the B-dubs days. Those are good days down in Yuma, Arizona.
Buffalo Wild Wings sponsor.
Oh, man. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. One day, pal. One day. Yeah, man. I funneled enough money into you. Thousands of dollars we're talking about.
Pay it back.
Yeah, man. I guess it's enough on UFC 300. It's going to speak for itself. Maybe we can talk about it next week when we see the what the results are from the card, because it's going to be absolutely insane. I mean, Kayla Harrison, Holly Holm. You're talking about Arman Sarukian against Charles Oliveira. Crazy matchups, man.
I had no clue about this.
So excited! I'm so excited for UFC 300. Tune in on Saturday night.
I had no clue. Yeah, I'm not as into UFC loop as I used to be, but
it starts at 5:00. So I don't know if you're familiar with how the UFC usually starts. It's early prelims, and then the main card. And the early prelims, I want to say, started either 5 or 6 p.m. One of the two. But from the beginning, it's absolute banger. I want to say Cody Garbrandt kicks it off.
Let's see how tattoos, right? All over?
Yes. That is, and they've showed several graphics. I think there's this might be crazy, but I think there's 10 either current or former champions on this card. Cody Garbrandt's held the belt. Holly Holm has held the belt. There's several champions that are, obviously Charles Oliveira has held the belt. Yeah, man. Yes.
Holly Holm's fighting?
Yes, Holly Holm is fighting, and she's fighting a woman named Kayla Harrison.
I'd hope so.
Who is an absolute unit. And if I had to put any money, I would put it on Kayla Harrison. I believe this is Kayla Harrison's first fight, man. This is Kayla Harrison's first fight in the UFC, I should say. She's fought. I think she might. I don't know her age, man. Hungry. Yes, Holly Holm has held the belt though. She is a former champion. She's just
dog shit out of Ronda Rousey. I remember that.
Kicked her in the face, man. She kicked her in the face and broke my heart. I used to love Ronda. I used to love Rowdy. She was great.
She was annoying, dude. She belongs in WWE.
She was such a stud, dude. She was
she
was for real, man.
She's a man.
She was so for real, though, dude. She was kicking everybody's ass. She kicked Misha Tate's ass. She was armbarring everybody.
Yeah, armbar. That's all she had. Her baggage tricks armbar.
She was armbarring everybody, sweeping everybody.
Yeah, boo fucking her. Then she got matched with a fighter, and they used her as a punching bag.
She get kicked in the face. She got her ass kicked by good old Lioness.
beat that Amanda Nunez actually beat the dog shit out of her. Holly Holm kind of whooped her up, but Nunez beat the puppy
effectively
out of her face.
She ended Ronda Rousey's career, man.
Yep, she wanted to kill herself. Can you believe that? When she lost.
That's rough.
Oh, that's your girl. You like her. I don't care for her, so I don't care about it.
She's great. Shout out to Roddy. I've been a fan.
Wrestling's back, by the way. WWE.
I've been noticing. I've been seeing a whole lot. WrestleMania just went down. I think,
The Rock, he's cutting these insane promos, fucking wiping blood on belts and hitting people with the belt.
I mean, how long has The Rock been cooking, man? That guy's been cooking forever, dude. Why would he? Why would he be out of the game? He's a dog.
It's just crazy he's still relevant. I don't know.
Still relevant and still in the insane shape he is. Because
he's in better shape than he was back then.
He's insane, dude.
He's twice as big as he was when he was in his early wrestling days.
Massive and shredded. He's an anomaly.
Natty?
But let's not taint The Rock. Let's not taint Dwayne Johnson on the podcast. We want to get followers. We want to get some people on here watching us. Let's not taint Dwayne.
I like The Rock. I'm not going to taint his name.
Who doesn't like The Rock? Let's talk about that. That guy is an absolute fan favorite. There's not very many people out here that would speak ill of good old.
Not this guy.
Johnson, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He does his thing. Another one I had here, another note that was, I guess, relevant to today's news was that we lost O.J. Simpson today.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how that was received by the fandom in the sports world. I don't know. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I did see Caitlyn Jenner had her own opinion that she might have caught a little bit of flack for. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't see what Caitlyn said.
I believe. I'm not gonna quote Caitlyn, but I did see that maybe someone might have said that she had said something about something along the lines of good riddance. Hashtag O.J. Simpson.
I mean, that's brutal. That's savage.
She caught some flack, and
someone that close to OJ makes it seem like he did it.
What are we talking about here as far as the relationship? I don't know what that says. I don't know if that.
That's where he's at now, buddy.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Caitlyn said it.
Down hell.
Oh no!
I think that's a good place to end it. We'll end it where he ended it. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by. This is the second unofficial first. We love you. We appreciate you. See you next week.